Hello, so today's video is going to be a fortune game. Yay, hopefully this is fun. When I say fortune, there's basically this augment called Fortune Favors the Bold, and it's very strong. It's very broken. It's very good to convert into a win out so long as you actually can convert it into a win out. So in this game, we're going to try our best. We're going to play fortune, and we're going to see how we end up in this VOD review. So typically, if you're from some of my other videos on this channel, thank you, welcome. What we do here is we mostly do like VOD reviews on past games that I played, because I review most of my VODs just to try and get better at the game, because I'm trying to rank up, and that's like a little goal of mine that I'm trying to do as a side project. And I post like a lot of the wins and the more interesting games where I feel like I can teach something from it, post on this channel so everybody can kind of learn and see a step-by-step like what I do every single turn, what I'm thinking, and hopefully that helps you to rank up in your games, that you can kind of like try and mimic or learn some of the stuff. I'm Emerald 2 right now. I was trying to get Diamond today. I lost like every game on stream. I was very tilted. So I felt like I low rolled on a lot of the games, and even the games that I didn't have a good opener for, I felt like I just was like one unit or one turn off from converting to a win. But now I'm Emerald 2, I think. I'm either Emerald 2 or Emerald 1. So we're trying to get up to that ranking. I think my goal, I want to at least hit Masters within the next week or so, I think. So I'm going to try and play a lot more live on stream. So if you want to see me live, make sure to follow the Twitch stream as well. And if you like this content where I'm doing more like review instead of playing live, by all means, like and subscribe to help support the YouTube channel. So we're going to see what the augment choice is, and then I'll talk about it. A lot of this game is going to be pretty easy. It's just going to be like sacking every round until I get a fortune cash out. And I'll kind of explain it in fortune terms. I actually really like the augment. I don't know how much they should nerf it. They already nerfed it a little bit. I feel like it's in a good spot. It's just really hard. Like, I think the better you are as a gamer, the better the fortune augment is. So multi-striker, I'm probably not playing multi-striker. This one's just for econ. It's usually not that good unless you're like have a lot of gold and you're trying to convert it to like, a fast 8, roll down 4-1. Because it basically is just 9 gold as your augment. Support cash is okay. Unleash the Beast is actually really good. And looking at my items, I think in nowadays I would probably take Unleash the Beast. But I think with fortune you'll always take fortune. The only time you don't take fortune is if there's like, for example, like a scoreboard scrapper or somebody like that. But anyways, let's go back just slightly so we can read the augment. In case you've never seen this augment, if you have seen this augment, hopefully this will help you show how to convert it. I kind of make like a little bit of a cookery board towards the end of it. So, I'm not like cashing out into any one particular thing that I think is busted or really strong. Sorry, let me just go back. So just to read it, winning combat against the player will grant orbs, and the longer you lost streak, the bigger the payout. So basically the idea is that you're taking this augment and you're trying to lose every single round until you win a round. And then once you win the round, you just go for the win out, right? So like then you don't want to lose anymore, then you just want to win every single round. So you're trying to lost streak for the entire game until you don't lost streak anymore. So it seems like it's all right. I think it's something you might be hesitant to take at first. You have to really understand how to play around 4 cost, 5 cost, because you're always going to be going level 8. You're never really going to cash out into like a reroll comp, just because like with all the resources that you have, you need the flexibility to be able to play multiple units on your board instead of just playing a particular subset of units. So typically the way you should always be thinking in your head is, okay, I want to play around some kind of 4 cost, 5 cost board, and you have to know like a couple of the building pieces that you can with that. And now I'll kind of do a little bit of a tutorial aspect and I give you some ideas of what to do with all of that. So let's go to the stats first. So I'm going to show fortune. Fortune favors the bold. As you can see, it averages sub 4.5. Usually, if you see an augment, after all the games played, you look up the stats and it averages less than a 4.5. It means that it's pretty good, right? Obviously, I think the higher, it's always around the same, actually. A lot of these augments, sometimes when you go into like GM plus, like I'm not GM plus, obviously, like I would be more in the Masters level, but sometimes when you filter for like higher level of gameplay, like challenger level players, for example, some of these augments just skyrocket, because a lot of times like a challenger level player is going to always cash out, and the biggest fear that you have with this is like you don't cash out, right? So the times that you get below 4.5 is usually like the people that don't make it to the cash out, right? Because you have to time your cash out really well. But anyways, the main thing that you want to look at, we can look at like what you get when you win it, right? So we'll try and say what we're aiming for. I'm looking for tables. So tables, fortune. So this is what it means, right? So let's say you have 0 losses, you'll get 1 gold. If you have one loss and you cash out, you get a 2 cost unit. 2 loss, you'll get this, etc. When you look at these items, basically what you're thinking is, what is the most broken thing that you can get that will convert to a win? So right now, it's a gold augment, right? So you got to think, relative to other gold tier augments, which of these cash outs is going to be like absurdly strong relative to the rest of the lobby? So 7 loss, for example. Double duplicator isn't that good. 4 components, that's not that good either, because if you think about it, let's say you take fortune, right? And you lose all your rounds in a row, and then you just get 4 components. Is that enough to convert you to a win? Not necessarily, because there's some gold augments like item collector. Not item collector, there's some gold augments like, what is it? Buried treasures, for example, right? I think there's a gold version of that. Or spoils of war, or what's it called? There's a silver augment, right? The one where it's like lose 50 health, gain 4 components, right? You know that silver augment? So like this cash out, like, you know, it's not that good. It's like 2 whole items, but 7 loss is like the threshold where you're starting to think, okay, this is pretty good. 8 loss is usually what you're aiming for. So 8 loss gives you a tactician's crown. That's usually really big. You have to be ready for it, so make sure that you're ready for it. 5 cost champions and 2 completed items. 2 completed items, that's better than a gold augment. That's the way you should think about it. Fortunate in this set is a gold augment. You have to get something that is much better than a gold augment. And then here, right, artifact item anvil and completed item anvil. A good way to check, is this a good cash out, is, hey, another gold augment is gain an artifact. Here, you'll get an artifact and an item and 5 gold. That means you're just up resources. The way you should always think about it is, am I being up resources relative to everyone? Now, the part where I think that you should aim for is 9 loss. I think 9 loss is usually where you want to cash out. If you lose every single round and you cash out on 4-1, I believe, or you cash out on 4-2, that is a 9 loss, and that is usually good. 8 loss is also good. It used to be better. This cash out, before it got nerfed, was the 8 loss one. So 8 loss is still fine if you're in a bad spot, but I think you should always aim for at least 9 loss. Now, obviously, that's well said and done, but you just have to be like ready for it. And in terms of team builder, when you're looking at the 4 cost boards, there's a lot of different ways you can play the board, right? If you're playing warriors, a lot of times you want to play around warriors preservers. If you're playing around like Nami, a lot of times you might just play like a little core of mage with Nami. But basically just trying to flex between as many of these units as possible, right? A lot of the good frontline units, you want to build any frontline unit, build a board around it. And this game, I believe we're going to play around Nami. So basically, like the way that I'm thinking of it, I hit a Nami early at one point, and I just think to myself, okay, I want to play around mages. It's very easy to fit in mages with Nami, because basically Galio is a mage and Nami's a mage. So you put Galio in, and then you put Mordekaiser in, and now you're one off Eldritch, one off mage. You just find those extra units, get in some synergies, right? A lot of times I'll play like a Vex as a frontline unit. Now I have 3 mage, and then I'll play a backline Chrono unit or a frontline Chrono unit, and maybe like a Yumi for Portal, stuff like this. It's very easy to just like build a board in a similar way, right? You can easily fit in like Portal with Mage, with Vanguard, as well as Eldritch, just because like there's these little cores where they have similar shared traits, right? We have a Mage unit, then we have a Mage unit, we have an Eldritch unit, we have an Eldritch unit, and you have to try and build a board as such, right? This is kind of what I end up aiming for, just because I'm playing around Nami this game. I don't think Nami's like the best carry, but you know, if you actually get your fortune cash out, it'll be good. So that's like a rough idea. I'm not gonna go into it too much in terms of the board that I'm playing. But basically, what you want to try and do here, the main tips is you want to lose. I would say lose gracefully. Let's phrase it like that. What do I mean by lose gracefully? You want to lose every single round. So right now, as you see, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, and this would be my 5th loss, right? So actually, you could actually cash out on 4-1. It's a 9 streak. So you basically want to lose through both stages, and you want to lose without losing as much HP as possible, right? So if you look here, I'm only 5 HP below this guy. That's good. You don't want to be too far behind, right? You don't want to open sell everything, lose all of the units. You want to position every fight. As you see here, I position to try and kill this Galio. I might not kill the Galio, but I'm sure as hell not killing this Warwick. So I make sure that all my units are targeting the Galio to the best of my abilities, because if I kill this one unit, that's 1 less loss, right? That's a little bit of HP saved, right? Ideally, boom, I killed Galio, mission accomplished. That's what we were going for. Now, instead of losing by 4 units, I save an HP here. Every single round matters, that you have to try and think like that. You want to scout, you want to look for where can I kill a single unit. and that should be your life goal. How do I kill a unit here? If I kill a unit, will I be okay? Also, I think, is this the game that I lose to Krugs? I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if I lose to Krugs. Please level. Oh god, this looks bad. Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, Thieves Gloves is fine. Yeah. Okay. I don't lose now. I was gonna say this Bard unit takes fucking forever. I can easily lose that if I didn't have a Thieves Gloves. I needed to slam something. Oh, thank God. I think the portal that we got chosen at the start of the game was completed item, so I just high rolled into a Thieves Gloves. You have to slam items here. It is so bad. Oh my god, do I lose here? If I lose here, I'm gonna be so fucking sad. Imagine making this video and then showing you guys losing. Oh god. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine because I kill one. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I'm just narrowly fine. Oh, that was so close. Am I not fine? Okay, I'm not deleting the VOD. Okay, I'm not deleting the VOD. This is why Fortune is broken. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like crying. Oh my, look, I didn't even upload the video yet. I'm just recording the VOD. I forgot this happened legitimately. And I'm shaking. Like I feel like throwing up. That was so fucking bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'd like to formally apologize to everybody. Holy shit. That was so bad. Okay, losing my one crux isn't that bad. Okay, I can't lie, but like I think I got, oh my god. I think I'm down. How much am I down from that? Okay, losing to Krugs is bad because you lose HP, but losing to Krugs is also bad. Okay. Losing to Krugs is also bad because if you didn't get all your items off of the Krugs, which I didn't because now they don't drop empty Krugs anymore, I don't think. So I think I lost out on some gold or an item component, which is really bad because I'm just down a component on everybody. Anyways, so we want to lose gracefully. You want to lose every fight by as little as possible. Okay, trust me on this one, okay? The augment's broken. It'll be fine, okay? Trust me. It'll be fine. The augment's broken. We're scouting out the rest of the lobby. We're going to see what's going on. One person has the Lilia hero, which is really scary because that one's really strong. But they didn't hit Lilia 3 yet, so we should be fine. I'm starting to position my board a little bit better. I'm trying to put in some traits that increase my damage. And as you can see, because I was trying to kill the Krugs, I slammed items here. The items I slammed are mostly for Rise. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I can probably play around Rise. Excuse me, I can play around Rise this game. Right, Morello is pretty okay on Rise. Usually you want red buff, but Morello is decent. And Guinsoo is not that great on Rise, but it's also decent. Guinsoo can also play around Callista. It's pretty flexible. There's a couple units that can use it. It's also not that bad on Nami, which is something that I found out in the stats and stuff, but it's not good on any of those units. But I was just trying my best to slam with what components I had. Obviously, I should have slammed my items earlier. I was trying to greed to play against the Krugs because I had the Thieves Gloves, and that caused me to lose on Krugs. So I'm down resources this whole game, and I'm hoping that I get a really good cash out here in order to convert this to a top 1 or 2. Now, I'm going to tell you, I do top 4 this game. But I'm not going to spoil it because I only uploaded my wins. So I definitely top 4 this game. So, you know, as bad as I played that Krugs round, I think I overestimated. You know what's funny? I was saying to myself, this board's going to lose to Krugs. You know why? Because I remember losing to Krugs here. Like, I remember. I'm like, this Bard unit doesn't kill Krugs. This is the game? I thought that was a loss. I didn't realize that that one was the one I was going to VOD review. That's so funny. So now you guys know. Don't fucking put Bard against Krugs. This unit's good for dick. It's so bad. Anyways, I took Exiles. Exiles is a really good silver augment because it just gives you a lot of front line for what it is. So it's one of the best silver augments you can hit. You just spread out your units. So as you can see here, I'm not spreading out my units, and I'm pairing up a lot of my units. The reason I'm pairing up my units is because I want to sack, right? I want to make sure that I don't win that hard, and I'm scared that some of the other people that are really low in HP might run into a situation. I might run into a situation where they are where they're trying to out sack me, and I don't want to accidentally cash out. I don't think I take this here. I'm not in a good spot to play around a spat. I know you can look at it and think like, okay, you can play portal spat. A spat is so good on carousel. For me at least, it's like I'm thinking like, as you can see, I'm trying to aim to maybe play around Callista, right? Because I have a Guinsoo and I think Guinsoo is like best on Callista. If I really have to, I can play the Guinsoo with the Rise. And I'm just trying to take components to fill in that gap. I think I took a sword just because I'm trying to make like a Sterix. Sterix would be really good on Fiora. It's one of her best items. So here I get 5 gold. I'm looking at these guys. This guy's actually really strong. So the 2 other players that are low HP are hero augment. So I wouldn't be surprised if I stopped sacking right now. So, you know, I can start like, that's why I look first. I level to 7, right? I'm very rich because I've been full lose streaking. So I have a lot of gold to work with. 40 HP is okay. Literally, the way that you usually want to do it is when you're approximately 20 HP or approximately 30 HP, you want to, like, I ideally want to be 30 HP, but basically you got to think of it like, I want to cash out when I'm 2 lives. That's like your main goal. Your main goal is I want to cash out when I'm 2 lives, because if I'm 2 lives, then it doesn't matter who high rolls in the lobby. You'll be able to cash out, have a turn to stabilize. Like, you need a little bit of wiggle room in case you like absolutely botch it, and then you'll be fine. So no matter what, it doesn't matter what my number is here. I kind of just have to send it when I'm around 2 lives, right? When I'm 2 lives, I want to cash out. I want to do it. I think right now I'm at 8 loss, right? And I'm trying to think, like, do I cash out here? Do I cash out here? If I didn't lose to Krugs, by the way, you'd be a little bit more HP, right? Like, let's say I didn't lose to Krugs. I'd be like 30-something HP. Like, let's say I was like 33 HP. I forgot how much Krugs does. I'd be around 33 HP. If I lose one more round, I'll be like, maybe like what? Like 23, right? I'm above 20. It's really hard. Like, it's not until like stage 6 or 7 where you're taking like 20 HP for a loss. So around 20 HP or a little bit above 20 HP is going to be a what's it called? Is going to be a 2 live cash out, right? You choose when you want to win. That's the good thing about this fortune. It's not like last set's fortune. It's not like the other traits. It's like you choose when you win. If you try and strengthen your board, you will win. Here I strengthened my board because I was like, I'm around 20 HP. So that's why I put in the Nami. I put in some extra traits. I put in, like, I have Mage and I have Arcana and I have Shapeshifter in. I thought this guy was really weak, so it worked out that I cashed out. I'm okay with cashing out here. It's a little bit of an early cash out. I think this is an 8 loss, or is it a 9 loss? Oh, I get a Radiant item? It's not 8 loss then, right? What would the loss be? Was it 9 loss? I just can't count. Excuse me. Or does 8 loss give a Radiant item sometimes? No, it's a 9 loss. Yeah, so I 9 lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 from before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's a 9 loss. So that's perfect cash out. That's fine, right? But typically you'd be a little bit more HP. I got lucky there. I was gonna try and cash out on 4-1. So 4-1 is a 10 loss. Okay, so that's fine. The item I got was also really useful. I'm down because you can put on Nami. That's totally fine. But now I basically just can't lose. I just want to win every single round. I can't use the item remover. There's too many items on my bench. I have to make items here. Just put Sterix on this guy, bro. What am I doing? Yeah, Declaw, make a Sterix. Maybe, imagine a Sterix. Okay, whatever, we got it off. So I'm putting Guinsoo on Callista. I need to put Rakan. Excuse me, I need to put Rakan in over somebody. I have Exiles. What am I doing? Oh god, this is a messy cash out. I think I'm just so shook because I messed up on Krugs. I should have rolled really aggressively here because I really don't want to lose this round. When I'm 29 HP, I already started my win streak. I am up resources though, right? Because I have a whole Radiant item. This is basically a Prismatic now, right? And sometimes you lose a lot of rounds, right? I'm 30 HP up a Prismatic on the whole lobby. As you can see, the Nami's going to do a shit ton of damage. I need to fit in some better units here, but right now I'm just playing around Callista, Nami. I have Farian and Vanguard in. I can fix up my board a little bit. I'm going to go level 8 next turn because I was just slow. The part where I needed to like remove the items on the Nami and switch over the items, I kind of botched that round, obviously. So, or botched that little interaction, so I just ran out of time last turn. This was poorly played. If this shows you anything, it shows you can play as bad as I did. I lost to Krugs, and I fucked up my transition, and I still went top 4 here. Right? Like, can we please take a second to understand that? So now I'm going to roll down all my gold. I'm looking for any upgrades. Don't think about going 9. Don't worry about going 9. I'm basically just playing as many high-quality units as I can. I need to separate this guy because of Exiles. I just put him in the wrong spot, and that's my bad. I should see it now when I buy the Rakan. Yeah, there we go. We move him out of the way. Perfect. So as you see, I just made like a really weird kind of flex board. We have Rakan. I took Capricious Forge, by the way, because I just want more items. In my head, I just need to stabilize my front line well enough, and I have a lot of units that are upgraded. Right, I have this Vex upgraded. I have this Rakan now upgraded. I could have maybe upgraded towards this this Nasus. Right, Nasus is just really, really tanky, does a lot of damage, and helps out really well. He's getting nerfed tomorrow, by the way. If you're watching this tonight, tomorrow by noon, Nasus is getting a damage nerf. He's really, really strong. And I'm just fighting a couple low rollers, right? It worked out really well that there's nobody that's going to punish me super hard in this lobby, right? This was done, this game was done on the current patch, but for some reason, nobody's really angling Ahri in this lobby. It might have been a little bit earlier in the patch, but all the same. Oh, I guess this guy's Ahri. But, like, nobody's, like, really hard hitting Ahri. As of right now. Like, nobody has an Ahri 3 yet, is what I mean to say. Like I said, I'm rolling until I stabilize. I have multiple unit pairs, right? I have Nasus pair. I have Tahm Kench pair. I have this Fiora, which maybe gets paired. But at this point, it's like you just roll because you have upgrades, right? If I hit Nami 2, that's also great for me. But as you can see, it's very easy just to play 3 mage with Nami. That's what I was kind of going for, right? We have 3 mage with the Nami. This synergizes with Vanguard, which is here. I put in the Preservers, and then I can play the Callista for Fairy. And it's not the greatest board. Mind you, this isn't going to win the lobbies outright. But I am up a whole Radiant item. Being up a whole Radiant item is huge, because it's a whole ass Radiant item. This guy's the Lilia player. It doesn't matter. I'm up a whole Radiant item. My Nami does so much damage, right? This first augment here, this Fortune augment, it put me in a really good spot. Obviously, the scariest part is cashing out. I didn't show a good cash out here because I just fought a really weak guy when I was still streaking. That happens occasionally. But I was starting to make my board stronger because I was okay with winning. And that's the main thing you should do. Right around, where was it? Right around like 3-5, you should start transitioning to a strong board. That would be my best advice. Here I have the Nami, so now I'm Nami paired. I'm going to roll until I hit Nami 2. Once I have Nami 2, I'll feel pretty stable. Of course, late game, because I'm going to have so many frontline units here, eventually what we're going to do is we're going to lose the Vex. This guy's going to be gone, and we are going to put in Nora, right? Usually when you play this comp, you lose the Vex. If you're playing around Nami, you don't need to play 5 mage. You could if you want, but you don't have to. I'm going to lose Vex. I'm going to put in Nora because I just want to keep 3 mage in because it's really important for Nami. It does like, it's basically like 50% damage boost in a way. 5 mage obviously is really good, but it's less important. 3 mage is like the first one where things go really nuts. So I put in Morgana instead of this guy because I think it's just a better preserver. Ideally, I want to play around Fiora. I was hoping to use like Sterix and other stuff on Fiora. I'm slamming an item here. I was using the Reforgers to try and make Last Whisper because that would be a really good Callista item. Just to like try and like have the Callista dual carrying and doing damage. At this point, I might just sell the Callista because she's not really doing all that much. If you look at the damage reports, I think my Nami is going to be doing the most damage and my Nasus. And I think Callista is just kind of like helping out a little bit on the side. But yeah, and then we're also up. The Capricious Forge on Rakan is pretty good. I think Rakan can make really good use of a lot of the Capricious Forge items, which is really nice. Because he has a shield, right? Rakan makes a shield. So a lot of times, like if a unit makes a shield, Capricious Forge, in my opinion, is pretty good on the unit. Just because there's so many Ornn artifacts, it's like if this unit has a shield, do this. There's like two artifacts that do that. And if you don't have a shield, they're just useless, right? And then because he's a frontline unit, AP is really good. The AD items for Ornn artifacts aren't that bad either on him because like some of them, it's either going to be like Gold Collector, which gives you gold. Death's Defiance is good because he just lives longer, right? They're not that bad, right? A lot of times Capricious Forge you want to put on a frontline unit, and a lot of times you want to put on a frontline unit that makes their own shield. That's like my tier of how to play it, right? That's my 2 cents on what to do there. So that's why I took it, because I know I'm playing around Rakan. I think it'll be fine. Or does Rakan just shield your team? He does start with a health shield, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. So he gets value off the shield ones. I don't think he's the best holder of everything, but it's pretty good. This Nunu guy hit really late and was really weak. Nunu Hero Augment is all about stacking up the stacks. So because this guy wasn't very strong for much of the game, it's pretty easy win out for that guy. Here, obviously, like I'm using Jaksho, the Protean. It's not the best item for Nami, but it's pretty good. The main reason it's pretty good is because it gives so much mana that my Nami is just stunning everybody. right? So not only is my Nami doing a bunch of damage because she has a bunch of AP, but it just kind of helps to delay the board by so much because it gives the rest of my board a really good chance to like keep up. You know, if everybody's getting stunned, all my front line lives longer. If my front line's living longer, they're doing more damage. If they're doing more damage, I'm stabilizing my board. Right? If you look at the side profile, you'll see that a lot of my units are contributing to my damage. Now, obviously, I didn't get to show a really good 4-1 transition. I kind of had too many items on bench. You know, obviously the remover incident didn't go well. But as you can see, there's not many people in the lobby that are stronger than me. I completely railed the Ahri player, so I'm not even worried about playing around Ahri. And right now, I kind of upgraded everybody. I have Nasus too. Oh, sorry. Nasus is pronounced Nasus, and I have to get better at saying Nasus, but I will try my best. I have Tahm Kench. I have Vex upgrade. Everybody on the board is upgrade except for these two. And I'm not even paired on it, right? If I had a Callista here, I would roll for the Callista, but I don't have a Callista, so you know, let's relax a little bit. Here I just put this in for the synergy. So because I have Zilean, you can play Zilean with the Vex for Chrono. So Chrono just gives a little bit of extra AP. Obviously Morgana is very helpful in that she's like a really good frontline unit and she generates some gold by like giving you a bunch of stuff. So it's totally fine. This guy looks very strong. Thank God he didn't just like one-shot my Nami. The Fiora kind of went the opposite way. Fiora sometimes just like gets on your backline, just lose the fight for free. But I have so many frontline units and my damage is pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Of course, if I didn't have a Nami and I would need to use this as a frontline unit, it would be really great on both Tahm Kench as well as the Nasus. But basically, I'm just gonna go 9 here. I go 9 instantly, by the way. I'm not trying to roll on 9. I already have somebody to put in, which is this Morgana. Morgana's going to give me an extra Preserver, which, like I said before, is going to give my front line a lot more stability. Nami is kind of slow with the amount of damage that she does. She doesn't one-shot stuff. She does this large AoE where she hits a bunch of units, and then she does it again, and again, and again, and again. And that's what you have to play around. You have to play around the idea that Nami is going to do damage over time. Right? She's one of those units in the game. She doesn't explode damage instantly. As you see, everybody's low HP. Nami's going to cast again. Everybody's going to be low HP. Nami's going to cast again. Everybody's going to be low HP. So you want to play around a front line that can support that. Right? You either want to play like a Giga front line, like 4 Vanguard, something crazy. Or you want to play something like this, where you have a bunch of upgrades and preservers. Right? Preserver, it got nerfed. It's whatever. You can complain about it. It's strong. It's weak. The main thing about Preserver that's good is when you have upgrades. Right? Preservers are good if you have something to preserve. That's the way you should think about it. Do I have something to preserve? Yes. I have Nasus 2 with 3 items. This guy 2 with 3 items. This guy with Capricious Forge. This guy upgraded. All of these things are really important. You want your front line to have upgrades, or else Preserver does nothing. It doesn't matter if you have 5 Preserver if you're preserving nothing. Right? That's the way you should always think about it. I'm also trying to buy charms every single round now. There's no way I'm going 10, so I would be surprised if every round I don't roll for a single charm, and I try and hit the charm in order to win out. I think I've fought everybody in the lobby by now in terms of the rotation. We've seen all the other people's boards. Obviously, this lobby, there is a couple low rollers like this guy, as well as some of the other guys. He still doesn't have Jinx 3. Just unfortunate game. Even if you had a Jinx 3, though, look at my board, right? When you have 3 Preserver and you have a bunch of upgrades, right? Of course, I can try and play around 4 Preserver. I can max out the Preservers at one point, but it's not super necessary. As long as you have something that helps generate the HP, my board is going to be really, really hard to take down. And the longer it takes to take down the board, the more Nami casts I get off, and then it snowballs, right? If Nami keeps casting, then I'm going to keep doing damage, and I'm going to keep doing damage. I'm going to keep doing all this damage to the entire board until everybody's dead. And then we're good. We're good to go. Here I can take Nora if I really want to, but I'll probably take Spark, right? The reason I take Spark is because I don't have any Shred. When you're playing like this type of like loose, very like, you know, aggressive style, like I made anti-heal because it was like an early item component, but when you're playing like something like Fortune and these things, you can't like wait, you can't hold your items in greed because I already greeded, right? My Fortune was me greeding the whole game. I basically played the whole game as greedy as possible, so I had to slam items really aggressively to make sure that I hit everything that I needed to. It would have been nice to roll for a combat charm. I just took that charm for gold. I was like, you know what, it's good enough, because it gives me a remover. I think I already have a remover though. No, I don't. So having a remover is good because then I can rearrange my items if I get better items. Like right now I can still play around Fiora. It's just that it's a Fiora 1. So if I wanted to, I could sell like Tom Kench. It's hard to sell this because of Mage. And it's hard to sell Vex because of Mage. But if I wanted to, I can sell somebody and play around Fiora too. As a frontline unit. Because Fiora is really, really strong. She's also getting nerfed tomorrow, by the way. Look out. Fiora's getting nerfed as well. That's what I was saying, right? See all my frontline's still alive? My Nami didn't kill the first hit, didn't kill the second hit, but she sure as hell did enough damage to kill them on the third hit. And you know what's funny? I lost to Krugs here. If that doesn't convince you that Fortune is a good augment, I don't know what will. But that's okay. I don't think this was a particularly great played game. I just kept it because it's like one of my Giga games, right? Like, if I went first this game, I feel like I should post on YouTube, right? Oh, Xerath? I'm down for Xerath. I'm Kalista paired though. Do I do this? I guess so. Yeah. I'd rather have Xerath in for Arcana. Because Arcana, like right now, it's just gonna give my whole board a bunch of HP, which is good enough. I felt like the Kalista wasn't doing that much damage, and I don't really care about rolling for Kalista too. I don't have multi-striker in. I'm not building strictly around Kalista. I'd rather just like roll for like they're both 1-star. If it was Kalista 2, I wouldn't do this, by the way. If it was Kalista 2, we just hold this guy on bench until we hit a 2-star version of Xerath. But for now, it's fine. Because I think Xerath will do more damage than Kalista as of right now. Like, as of this. Or maybe not. I guess Kalista... It's hard to say who would do better. Because the thing is, Xerath gives so much utility. And the thing that Xerath that's really good to have it in is that you get the Ascendant Charms. Right? Getting the Ascendant Charms is so important. Because there's some fights you can literally just win on the spot. Like, if you get, like, what? The tower? You just win the game for free. So you might as well just play for it. Everybody's getting bonus health, which also helps with Preserver. Preserver recovers based on percentage maximum HP. So having more health definitely helps that scale up. Oh, man. What a roller coaster of a game. Hopefully that's... Are you entertained? I'm sure not. I got so much hate on some of my last videos. I was getting fucking called stupid for playing Hui. And I'm sure everybody knows by now that Hui is broken. I'm sorry that I made a video in advance. Every time I make a video ahead of like what the fucking meta TFT says or what's a thing? Not meta TFT. That's actually a website. Like, oh, here I wanted a Xerath item, by the way. I just didn't hit. So I just take a Tom Kench item because that should be good enough. What's the website? Academy, TFT Academy, like all those websites that give you like fucking tier lists on their fucking stupid ass comps. I'm not saying any of those websites are bad, but it's like some people are so fucking stupid that unless they see it on one of those websites, they just fucking berate you. Oh, I got Xerath too. Nice. That's really good. Because I made that Hui video and I had to delete some of the comments. And I had to ban some people. Because I was getting called names for making a Hui video where I went first. And it's like, yes, I know I'm not the best player. Look at this game. Like, I lost to Krugs. It's funny. It's sad. Sure, you know, call me names. I'd be more okay if you called me names in this video saying, how could you lose to Krugs, you idiot? That, like, I don't want to hear that. I'll still ban you, but at least it would make sense. I don't understand how I play a Hui video and I'm having people disliking it. It's my most disliked video in the last month. Put that into perspective. Actually, it's not. It's my second most disliked video in the last month. But the other video only got like 10 views. So it's like, you know, the only people that watched it were haters. So I expected to get on. Like, usually those videos don't do well because people don't see them. But that's fine. But I'm just saying. It was so annoying. Because, and I was talking about it today as well. Because I was like, you know, like there's videos like this where I clearly make mistakes and stuff. And then there's videos where like I talk about stuff that's like, hey, this is really good and this is a good learning experience and these are really strong and you should like try this out. And then people get upset at me. They're like, this comp isn't good. I heard another person say that it was bad. And it's like, okay, good. Don't play it. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you telling me? Like don't gain LP. But anyways, Fortune is really good. If you don't think Fortune is good, go ahead, call me an idiot. Whatever, I'll just ban your ass as well. But Fortune is really good. You should always try and play it. I wish I had a little bit of a better cash out in this game. I think I have a good cash out game. There's another Fortune video I posted where I played 6 Sugarcraft with it. And that one I did a really good transition out of it. Because I actually spiked my board on 4-1 to try and win. And then I lost and I spiked my board on 4-2 and I converted it to a first, I think. I think I got a Gwen 3 as well in that game. I think it was that game. I want a combat augment here. It's last fight. I'm trying to find stuff to talk about because I feel like the game now is just fucking over. Look at this. I have Morgana too with the Thieves Gloves. Like, GG, bro. It would have been nice to find a Xerath Charm as well. Xerath 2, I really want a mana item. I can afford to take one loss still, which is nice because I have a wiggle room. I can get one more component on the carousel as well. But yeah, I'm playing Nami, by the way. I don't think Nami's that good as a carry anymore. I used to be really like hyper, like always play Nami type vibe. But I think against some of like the Ahri boards where Ahri just deletes your board so fast. Like, I'm pretty sure I lose. I don't get first here if there was a good Ahri player. Like, if there's a really strong Ahri player, I definitely don't get first in this lobby. Because the problem with against Ahri is that she just deletes the front line too fast. So I don't have enough time to stall for this Nami to actually kill stuff. But anyways, game's over. GG, it's a first. Man. 50 LP. Fortune. It already got nerfed, so I don't think it's going to change by that much. But yeah. Obviously, there were some rounds that were a little sus. I cashed out early, so it's actually pretty good. You can cash out on 3-5. I didn't know that. Cashing out on 3-5 is pretty good if you're allowed to do that. So that makes it a lot better. Yeah. But also, like, a 14, like, you know, you can make it work. And that's without any, like, health augments. I didn't play particularly well. Just pick up a Radiant item. You can see that in a lot of the fights, it's not even close. It's just because you're up so many resources. And that's the way you should always think about TFT. Is how much resources you're getting. It's why econ is really important. It's why item economy is really important. It's like, as soon as you have something on your board that's useless, you're down resources. And that's the main thing that helps you contribute to you doing really well in a lot of fights. Right? It's also unfortunate that so many people low rolled, because I feel like this guy, it wasn't close, but if he had a Naxxus too, I think that it would have been like more interesting. And this Ahri player, like, he went 4th, but look at his Ahri item. It's because he was playing Lilia hero, so his Lilia got like a Rabadon's. I'm pretty sure this guy places better if the Rabadon's was on the Ahri instead. The Ahri would have been more of a demon to deal with, but it's just unfortunate because it's just the item economy of this guy. Just, he doesn't have, like, you know, he doesn't have the Giga Ahri to do the damage. Same with Nunu player and this guy. It's just a lot of boards that just didn't hit, which obviously is a thing, but you have to understand that, like, I probably would have beat them anyways even if they did hit. Because I was 2 lives, right? And I'm just so far ahead. All my front line was upgraded as well, and that helps out a lot. So you want to make sure that you always aim for that. Front line upgrades are often better than backline upgrades. Anyways, hopefully that was interesting. Hopefully that was fun. I think it was kind of funny. I think that worked out to be a good VOD review. You know, we'll see. I'll try and do, I still have guides to put out, so I'm going to try and do the guides sometime this week. I'm aiming for Wednesday now. It keeps getting pushed a little bit because I keep trying to, like, do it and editing it because I don't feel comfortable with what I'm saying, and I feel like I want to edit it to say better things to make it better resource. But yeah, hopefully that was fun. I felt like that was a fun game. Enjoy. See you later.